everybody. Would you like to gut Ultra Magnus? Well, do I have the figure for you, and that is Studio Series 86 SCOURGE, or SCOURGE, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Today we're going to start off with this figure in vehicle mode, and that is that of a space skateboard, or a hover blimp, or... oh, who cares? I am convinced that this figure looked at Gundam Abyss from Gundam Seed Destiny and took a cue, because there's a robot in there. Anyway, I wanted to start off with this mode because I think Hasbro actually nailed this mode better than they ever have in any other past figure, except for maybe the Generation 1 figure. It's sleek, it's space-worthy, and it feels like it could do just both air and water. It also has another mode. According to the directions, you can flip out the wings, and it can kind of fly like this. Weird. The only real complaint in this mode is no matter which way I transform it, these panels never seem to sit just the way I want them to. That's a me thing. The figure comes with little blaster bits that... man, this blaster this bolt just does not want to peg on and stay there. Just a little bit of pressure and it falls off, but it goes onto the gun with no problem whatsoever. The gun is mountable in vehicle mode. In fact, there is a siege port on the left side and a siege port on the right side, otherwise known as port and starboard. And that's it for siege ports, though you could potentially get a gun or something in the hand in vehicle mode. The figure does have a peg hole in the robot's crotch that pegs in right there, and yeah, you can put it on a flight stand, and I'm very thankful that they did this, though the head of the flight stand needs to be a little bit smaller in order for it to really get pegged in well there, but it works. I'm thankful that they added it at least. The detailing, while minimal, is just about perfect. You've got the air intakes there on the sides and the front. You've got the obvious figure's face sticking out right there. And obviously the feet are there that act as the thrusters. And yes, I forgot, you can put stuff back here as well. I think for this weird little mode, this works incredibly well. The thrusters here on the back can fold down, though I do my best to keep them folded up. However, I do have a tendency to just touch them and they collapse. Oh well, not much you can do about that. One word of warning though, if you decide to pick this figure up for yourself, these hinges that form parts of the backpack in robot mode already look like they're getting ready to snap. I think. I can't tell if that's just a trick of the light or if that's actual damage that's occurring when I've transformed it, 4 times. Size-wise, he is a big boy, which is good because his alternate, which is Hot Rod, comes out to being a deluxe class figure. Anyway, yeah, it's a pretty big, beefy spaceship, and I am very thankful for that. SCOURGE's transformation is pretty cool, but you do have to be aware it is kind of just de-shelling it. Though, it's not that hard. I honestly thought it was going to be a lot harder than it ended up being. I'm also very worried about its longevity. Yeah, you can flip the front down in flight mode, but it looks real stupid. So, it's pretty much just flip open or split the shell apart at the front and then kind of wiggle it out and then quite literally folding everything up into where robot mode bits are supposed to go. I have to give Hasbro credit. The background that they've supplied with this figure is spot on. As you can see, we've got 2 of the Insecticons getting reconfigured, we will say. And then we've got SCOURGE here in the middle. I love the coloring on this figure. It's so spot on with the little fingernails, claws being perfect. And that super evil head sculpt and face sculpt. Bright red eyes, the blue face, or the powder blue face, and the lavender Fu Manchu. Just really, really good. Rifle is able to be held in this mode with no problems and can be held with both hands. The right hand is a closed hand, and the left hand is more of an open splayed hand. So I'm not really sure what the significance of this is, but it looks cool. Scourge's posability is pretty good. Head is on a ball joint, but with the beard there and the rest of the head, it is a little bit limited. Can't look up that far, can't look down that far. There is a, well, what would you call this? The antenna on top of his head does swivel around for transformation, and it moves around a little bit too much. One issue with the head on mine that I find a little bit strange is I think the ball joint in the chest needs to be sanded ever so slightly because it gets locked, just cocked off to the side there. I mean, you could feel it kind of pop into place there. Shoulders are on hinges and swivels. However, the swivel for forward and back is a little bit too loose for my taste. Bicep swivel, bend at the elbow. Fists do swivel. Very, very tight. Probably need to loosen that screw a little bit. Shoulder articulation is blocked by the backpack. Really nothing I could do about that, but oh well. There is a torso swivel. Legs can kick forward almost 90 degrees, can kick back a full 90. Legs can kick out just about 90 degrees. Bend at the knee is over 90 degrees. There is a thigh swivel, though it's very tight, and when you try to move the thigh, the entire hip moves. And just a smidge of ankle articulation side to side, no forward and back. If you're wondering if Scourge is incredibly top-heavy, yes, he is. And the heels are just a little bit too short to keep him from falling over. Though, thankfully, as long as you've got the legs straight, he's gonna be okay. The hips, a little too loose for my taste, but again, I think some pledge will take care of that. In robot mode, you do have a siege port here in the middle of his back, and then siege ports on the side of the shell. There is the shoulder harness or shoulder pylon that is a siege port as well. Siege port on the outer forearm, siege port at the bottom of the leg, and then siege ports on the bottom of each foot. So I've already done the transformation from vehicle to robot. Let's do robot to vehicle, because that's where things are a little bit more interesting. And the directions are actually pretty darn clear. To start off with, come down to the feet, peg the feet together, fold the heels up, fold the toes up, straighten out each fist so that the open fist is pointing directly forward. Take the arm and swivel it all the way up. Grab the shoulder, unpeg it, and fold the arm down so that the little tab hole in the forearm pegs into the square tab or rectangular tab sticking off the bottom of the legs. I believe this yoga pose is called the downward scourge. Straighten out the head, grab the antenna up top and turn it around 180 degrees. Grab the hole on the back, flip it up and peg it into place that's right behind the head. Take the wings and unpeg them from the backpack and straighten them out. Grab the backpack, fold it up and straighten it out so it's perpendicular from the body. Grab the entire backpack and unhinge it away from the body. That will unhinge the head as well. Fold it all the way down to the bottom of the feet and peg it into the feet pegs that are coming off the bottom of the, feet. Reach inside the chest cavity and flip up this panel that is hidden in there. You're going to need something small to get in there to wedge it out. It's in there. The pin is very tight and it's in there good. Take that piece, fold it out, and snap it down into place. Take the hidden face covering and flip it up and over the face, and then kind of push the face into it until it clicks into place. It's kind of just sitting there loosely. Not bad, though. Come to one of the wings, flip up the rear part of the wing, and then flip that whole section down, and fold out these lavender bits, and then they will peg into place. The pegs are tenuous at best, so just kind of get it there and shove the peg in there. Do the same thing on the other side, flip up, down, flip it around, get it on the pegs, and peg it into place, and flip out the other section like that. Then accordion the shells into place. They'll go over the arms and over the top of the back of the figure. The fronts will connect to each other. Flip the fists inside the open areas. Once everything's done, close up the wings over the chest. Lastly, fold up the pylons? Launchers? I don't know. Overall, I am super happy with Scourge. There's nothing else that they could have done to make me happier. It's great. It is legit great. The only issues I have are just minor, and they're mostly my fault. So, yeah, if you can find this figure, pick it up. So, I got this figure over at thecommandstore.com. Head down to the description in this video to pick it up there for yourself, or head over to the Big Bad Toy Store as well. The link for them is down in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Please follow me over on Twitter and Patreon, where I will be giving away a bunch of figures starting in January. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Baltmatrix. Now, where's that Ultra Magnus? I need to gut him.